So good morning to all of you. Today we will start new topic of the same chapter triangle, and in this we have to discuss about the congruency criteria of this triangle. Some more congruency criteria that we will going to discuss in this one. Let's see what was that congruency criteria. We have already studied in previous class, we have already studied about that angle congruency criteria does not exist. Okay, so here we will do about the another rest 2 congruency criteria which was left. We have already discussed SAS axiom, and then we have discussed about angle side angle congruency criteria, which is also known as angle side also. Now you have seen earlier in this chapter that the equality of three angles of one triangle to the angle of the other is not sufficient for the congruency of two triangle. This was not sufficient for the congruency of two triangle. You may wonder whether equality of three sides of one triangle, equality of three sides of one triangle to the three sides of another triangle, equality of three sides of one triangle to the three sides of another triangle is enough for the congruency of two triangle, is enough for the congruency of two triangle, but equality of three angles of one triangle to the equality of three angles of another triangle is not sufficient. We have already did it discussion, but here side three sides of one triangle. Let's see, it will be more clear when I'm going to take it one activity. I have taken two triangle of different sides. One triangle whose sides are 4 centimeter, 4.5 centimeter and 3.5 centimeter. Another triangle of same measurement. We need to be very much careful that both the triangle must be of same measurement. So 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter, then 4.5 centimeter of one triangle is another one, which is another one is 4.5 and 3.5 centimeter. To constructed, we have constructed those two triangle. Now what we will going to do with these two triangle, we will cut them each other. We will going to cut these two triangle. Now after cutting these two triangle, now place them on each other with the side equal measurement, like 4 centimeter must be lies on the 4 centimeter, 4.5 centimeter must be coincide with 4.5 centimeter, and 3.5 coincide with 3.5 centimeter. And after that, what do you observe? You need to do the observation after cutting and placing on each other. They cover each other completely. What you observe, that these two triangles after cutting of same measurement cover each other completely. Okay, now if the equality, after this the equal sides, we need to be very much careful that these two equal side, three side must be placed on that equal side only. Okay, it won't be possible that 4 centimeter with coincide with 4.5 centimeter. You need to be very much careful after cutting and placing on each other. The equal side must be placed on the each other, so the triangles are congruent. After putting them on each other, the triangle become congruent. So from this, what you observe, that if two triangles are there of equal side measurement, and after cutting them and we will place them, so these two triangle will be coincide with each other. Okay, which become the exact copy of one another. Same thing you going to repeat the activity with some more triangle. Okay, same thing you can going to do and repeat this activity. And what you arrive, what we arrive after doing this activity, we arrive one of the congruency rule. What was that congruency rule? We arrive with one of the congruency rule, those congruency rule which is named as theorem 7.4, which is known as SSS congruency rule, which is known as what? SSS congruency rule. This congruency rule, which is known as SSS congruency rule, state that if three sides of one triangle, if three sides of one triangle is equal to, or is equal to the three sides of another triangle. If three sides of one triangle, we have taken one triangle whose three sides are equal to the three sides of another triangle, we will say that these two triangles are congruent. What we will say? These two triangles are congruent. Then only we will say these two triangles are congruent. Okay, student? After this, we will do next one. Let's see how to do another. Is it clear to everyone? Now in this one you can see we have taken triangle. What we have taken? We have taken one right triangle whose side measurements are 5 centimeter and 4 centimeter. Hypotenuse I have taken as 5 centimeter and base I have taken 4 centimeter, and this is which type of triangle? Right angle triangle. You have already seen that SAS congruency rule. You all have seen that SAS congruency rule. I have explained you in earlier class. Now here what will happen? The pair of equal angle, the pair of equal angle has to be included angle between the pair of corresponding sides. Then only we will get na SAS congruency rule, in which the pair of angle has to be included angle between the pair of corresponding pair of equal sides. If this is not so, then two triangles may not be congruent, because we need what? SAS congruency rule. It means that between two pair of equal side, one angle must be there. Now this can be done by doing one more activity. Let's draw two right angle triangle. I have taken two right angle triangle whose hypotenuse has been given as 5 centimeter, and one of the base I have taken as 4 centimeter, and these two are right angle triangle. Okay. Now what we will do, we will going to cut these two triangles separately. Now what you need to do, you need to cut these two triangles separately. After this what you will observe, and after cutting these two triangles placed over another, what you will do, you placed each other by turning the triangle. After rotating or moving that triangle, you place these two triangles on each other, and if necessary, after putting it, because it is very necessary, to place that triangle on the hypotenuse side will be must be coincide with the hypotenuse side, base will be coincide with base, and right angle will be coincide with right angle. And what do you observe? After coinciding both the triangle, what do you observe? These two triangles cover each other completely. These two triangles cover each other completely. Okay, so what we can say? They are congruent. They are exact copy of one another. We are knowing the definition of congruency. They must be exact copy of one another. So after cutting it, they are completely overlap each other, so they are congruent. Now repeat this activity with the other pair of right angle triangle. Okay, repeat this activity by using another pair of right angle triangle. What you will observe? You will find that two right angle triangles are congruent. Two right angle triangles are congruent if one pair of sides if one pair of sides and the hypotenuse are equal. One pair of sides, here I have taken 4 centimeter, and hypotenuse that I have taken as 5 centimeter. So one pair of sides and hypotenuse are equal. You have verified in earlier classes, and here I have shown you also. Now you need to note this very important thing, that the right angle is not included angle. This right angle is not included angle in this case, but in SAS congruency rule, angle must be included between those two sides. Okay, so we arrive from the following congruency criteria. After this we got it one more congruency criteria, which is known as theorem 7.5, which is known as RHS congruency rule. RHS, somebody will say right hand side. No, it's not right hand side, it is right angle hypotenuse side. Means one angle must be right angle, then one side will be hypotenuse, and another side can be anyone, either base or altitude. So if in two right angle triangle, the hypotenuse and the one side of one triangle are equal to the hypotenuse and one side of another triangle, then we can say that these two triangles are congruent. What we can say? These two triangles are congruent. This is very important theorem that we have done it right now. After this application we will do. Okay, all of you. So I think these two congruency rule was clear. One was which congruency rule? SSS congruency rule, and here we did it RHS congruency rule. SSS congruency rule exists, but angle side angle congruency criteria does not exist. We have done that discussion in earlier class. Okay, now in this you can get the question in this figure which was given. We will going to start new exercise, that is exercise 7.3. You all can see this figure in which one triangle is there which is ABC, and one more triangle is there, that is BDC. So ABC and DBC are two isosceles triangle. These two are which type of triangle? These two are isosceles triangle. Both lies on the common base. Both lies on the common base BC. Okay, till this it is clear. You can see this figure. This is very important question of exercise 7.3, in which it is given that two triangles are there. One triangle is ABC, another triangle is DBC, and these two triangles are isosceles. What does it mean isosceles? The two sides of the triangles are equal, that is AB is equal to AC and BD is equal to DC, and both the triangle drawn on the same base, and the vertex A and D are on the same side of BC. Now after this what happened? AD is extended. If AD is extended, it intersect BC at point P. It intersect BC at point P. Show that. We need to show following points. So we have named it as number 1, that we need to show triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD. Second one, we need to show that triangle ABP is congruent to triangle ACP. Okay, and the third one, that we need to show that AP bisect angle A as well as angle D. AP bisect angle A as well as angle D. And the fourth one, which is the last one, that we need to show that AP is perpendicular bisector of BC. Two things we need to show in fourth part, that is AP is perpendicular as well as bisector. It must be perpendicular, and bisector of BC means it divide BC into two equal part. So let's start the proof. We will write first of all what? Given. So what is given? ABC is a isosceles triangle. So in triangle ABC, what we will write? AB is equal to AC. And DBC is also an isosceles triangle. So DBC we will write BD is equal to DC. And after this, whatever is RTP, that we will going to copy it as first part. Triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD. After that, triangle ABP is congruent to triangle ACP. And then we need to show AP bisect angle A as well as angle D. And the last one that we need to show is AP is perpendicular bisector of BC. AP is perpendicular bisector of BC means what? AP divide BC into two equal part, and it is also perpendicular. So AP is perpendicular to BC. This is one part in fourth one, and one more part. BP is equal to PC. Okay, let's do proof. We will take those two triangle. One is triangle ABD, another one is triangle ACD. Now AB is equal to AC. This is given being an isosceles triangle. Same way BD is equal to DC. This is also given. BD is equal to DC, which is also given, and AD is equal to AD, that is common. We got three things. So triangle become congruent. Triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD by SSS congruency rule, which we have discussed in starting only. Okay. Now after being a congruent, we will say angle BAD is equal to angle CAD by CPCT, and we will assume it means, what does it mean? That AD bisect angle A, and we will assume this one as equation number 1. Okay, now come to next part, that is triangle ABP and triangle ACP. We will going to prove these two triangle again congruent. So AB is equal to AC, which is given, and after that angle BAP is equal to angle CAP, which we have proved above in the terms of angle BAD and CAD. Okay, so we can take it here, angle BAP is equal to angle CAP, proved above, and the next one is AP is equal to AP, that is common. Okay, so triangle become congruent by which congruency criteria? By side angle side, these two triangle become congruent. Okay, so by CPCT what we can say, that BP is equal to PC. CPCT, it means what? It means what? that AP bisect BC. BP is equal to PC means AP bisect BC, and we will assume this one as equation number 2. Also we will write it angle APB is equal to angle APC by CPCT. After this, what you can see in this same thing we need to continue because it was too long question, so we need to solve it rest of the part here. We have already assumed that those two angles, angle APB is equal to angle APC, but from the figure angle APB plus angle APC is equal to 180 degree. Reason is what? Linear pair, and we have already proved those two angles are equal. So in place of APC, what we will write? APB. That we have already proved. So their sum will become how much? 180 degree. So how many angle APB? That is 2 angle APB is equal to 180 degree. It means that angle APB will be equal to how much? 90 degree. Okay, it means that what? AP is perpendicular to BC. AP is perpendicular to BC, which is also equal to angle APC. This is equation number 3. Okay, all of you, till this it is clear. Now come to another part. In triangle, we will take BDP and triangle CDP. We will going to prove these two triangle also congruent, because we need to show AD is bisector of angle D also. So BP is equal to PC, proved above. BD is equal to DC, that is given, and what we will write? PD is equal to PD, that is common. So these two triangles become congruent by SSS congruency rule. And if these two triangles become congruent by CPCT, we will say BD angle BDP is equal to angle CDP. Reason is CPCT. So these two triangles become congruent. What does it mean? That is DP bisect angle D. Okay, all of you, till this it is clear. So we will assume it this one as equation number 4. Now we have taken 4 equation, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what do you observe? From using equation 1 and equation 4, we can say that AP bisect angle A as well as angle D. Okay, all of you, we have already discussed equation 1 and equation 4. From these two equations we can say AP bisect angle A as well as angle D. And from equation 3 and equation 2, that is from equation 2 and equation 3, we can say that AP is perpendicular bisector of BC, because in equation 3 we made this one is 90 degree, and equation 2 BP is equal to PC. Okay, so till this it is clear. Let's see another one.